Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet today regarding England. And look, it's not just what I saw on the pitch, because I mistakenly got up nice and early to watch a nice game of football. Oh, wasn't that a nice way to start the day? No, it was total arse. 5 minutes were good, the rest were abysmal. And there's a couple of things that are really annoying me at the moment. It's not just that England aren't playing very well, although that is a big bit of it. When I heard Harry Kane after the game saying that was the best goal in England's history, or words to those effect, the penny dropped with me. The penny dropped with me. And I think it's been a problem with the English national team for quite some decades now, and it's a lack of humility, a lack of utter humility. I don't even have to think very hard to come up with 10 better goals in more dire circumstances for England. We're talking about the last 16 of the Euros against Slovakia, Harry. Come on, man. I'm not saying it was a bad goal, it was a decent goal, but the best ever in history? I mean, is this part of Gareth Southgate's we've got to, create our own history? Well, you can do that by winning stuff. You don't just get to score a goal and dictate that my grandchildren are going to be sitting round the fire. Tell us again, Poppy Hippie, about the time Bellingham scored against Slovakia in the last 16. I mean, it's not going to happen. I'll tell them about Jeff Hurst's hat-trick. I remember that clear as a bell. Happened 6 years before I was born, but it doesn't matter, it's in my brain. There's a real problem with humility. I mean, David Beckham's free kick against Greece, David Platt's game against Belgium, Paul Gascoigne's against Scotland. I mean, this doesn't even rank anywhere near the top 10 of England goals. And for him to say that, it just sounds like, man oh man, these players are so far up their own arse. You know, the first thing they see when they wake up in the morning is their own tonsils. It's unbelievable, the hubris of these people to say something like that and then to moan about criticism when they put out performances like that. Now, as for the criticism, one of the big things that's really shitting me to tears at the moment is and look, you might think I'm going to be a hypocrite here, which I am. Of course I am. So Hotspur hypocrisy, it's not a democracy, because I'm bagging England. I'm fed up with hearing ex-England players bagging England. I'm really sick of it. When I was a kid, you used to, during World Cups or Euros, the odd occasion we were in it, you'd have people like Bobby Moore, Alan Ball, Jeff Hurst, Bobby Charlton, Jack Charlton. They'd pop up and say a few things about England, and they were humble, and they had no reason to be humble because they did the highest of achievements. You wouldn't see them sitting there and bagging the crap. I mean, maybe there's probably something on YouTube where they are bagging the crap out of like the Spain '82 team or something like that, but in my rose-coloured warped memory I can't remember it. And when I see the likes of Alan Shearer, yeah, even Gary bloody Lineker, man, and I like Gary Lineker. Watched him play many a time. Gary Lineker. Who else do they have on there? Well, after the game they introduced Ashley Young. Oh, it's World Cup semi-finalist Ashley Young. What did you think of the game? Oh, it was a terrible performance. What the fuck? Who are you? Who are you? That's our blue ribbon now, is it? A semi-finalist in the World Cup. The thing that annoys me about this so much is because for each and every one of the England players, former England players, Rio Ferdinand, Gary Neville, they've all been utter shit for England too. Absolutely shit. So when I see them sit there and moan about this lot, I just think, man, you've got to know your place, kids. You really got to know your place. Because I know this is a bad performance, but does it compare against Euro '92? That was a cracker, wasn't it? Euro 98. Oh, sizzling football in those two tournaments. What about USA 94? We weren't even there. I mean, it gets my rag in to hear them talk about things like team spirit. Gary Neville talking about team spirit when he was part of those weird England days where apparently everyone that played for England was a complete fucking moron because they couldn't realise, oh, I'm wearing an England shirt. I'm playing for a different team. I'm not playing for Manchester United or Liverpool or Chelsea. I'm playing for England. Oh, they didn't get on. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We didn't win at tournaments because the teams couldn't get past their clubs. It's insane. So when they sit here and talking about team spirit, something which Gareth Southgate was supposed to be fixing, wasn't he? Remember when he came in? It was, oh no, we're going to be, making our own history. We're going to be united as a team, all this sort of stuff. Well, where's that got us? Do they look united as a team? They don't even know where anyone else is on the pitch. Making our own history, getting above our clubs. I just think maybe it's just the amount of money these footballers earn, back in the day, a footballer was lucky if he could retire and buy a pub. And now, they're all comparing, oh, how many millions of pounds is your watch? Oh, well, it's, it can't keep time, but it's worth 5 million. So, it's failing in its primary objective of telling the fucking time. But it shows I've got a lot of money. And they're there flouncing around in their Premier League games, of which I think only between 30 and 40% of players in the Premier League are English anyway. So that says how crap they are. And they're playing each other in these all posh tournaments with stadiums and stuff. And then they go into a Euros where the other team is trying to knock your block off. They want to beat you. And they're like shell-shocked. Oh, what are they doing? Why are they... Like Gareth Southgate after the game was saying, oh, Slovakia, man, they were tough. They kept on pressing us. Because we couldn't pass the ball 3 times and they'd get the ball. What do you want them to do with it? Just stand there. Come on, be my guest, England. Take the ball back. And then he starts saying he's preempting the Switzerland game, which unless I've been asleep for a while and there's been a big tectonic shift in planet football, suddenly Switzerland are good now. I don't know when that happened. There's something to be worried about. There's complex problems when you play Switzerland. Stop! Just go and play a bloody game of football. That's all you got to do. Oh my Lord, it's just the amount of bullshit, both from Southgate, the current players, trying to, don't criticise us. It's not fair. And then to the ex-players that were shit and let me down when I was growing up as a kid countless times. I mentioned 94, didn't I? Where are the tournaments were there? I mean, Euro 88 was terrible. 92 was terrible. Euro 96 was decent. Then we had a few World Cups where it's just like getting knocked out by a better team. And then it's bloody Iceland, And then we get told that this was the best goal England have ever scored. Even Wayne Rooney's dog-ass tap-in the Brazil World Cup was better than that because it signified to the whole country how much of a bloody bottle job Wayne Rooney is as a big tournaments because he could only just fluff in a tap-in from 2 yards. I'd say that goal was more bloody important than beating Slovakia in the 95th minute or drawing level. It wasn't even the winning goal, mate. It was a draw. So, I don't know. I think it's something to do with humility because, when you hear a lot of these England players talk now, which you've got ample opportunity to do because half of them are bending over backwards, dropping their trousers just to sell gambling to kids. That's the way I see it. I won't even say these companies who they are because I don't want to give them any bloody meagre exposure, as little as I could give. But they're there on channels whose sole idea is to get kids in, branded, young, with betting companies, because if you get them when they're 14 or 15, you've got a punter for life. And they sit there, and I'm fed up with hearing about how many times Roy Keane has busted up with Alex Ferguson. I'm fed up with hearing, because a lot of it all the time it comes down to bloody money, about having bling and swag and all that. And it's just, I'm fed up with hearing these. I'm fed up with hearing them. Maybe if they had won something, I'd be interested, but I'm not. I'm not. They didn't win anything for Spurs, so they can rule that one out. I mean, not anyone really has won much for Spurs recently, so, you know, narrows the field down a bit. I'm fed up with hearing them. Go and sell your gambling to the kids. What role models of footballers? I'm just coining it in. I'm getting a quid, aren't I? Getting even more money that I don't bloody need, so I can buy a new £50 million watch. And they have the gall to sit there and say it was a bad performance. Oh my God. Oh, pot kettle black, folks. Pot kettle black. Anyway, I didn't even get on to Archie Gray, so I might have to do another video. In the meantime, folks, peace and love. Go on, you Spurs, and come on England a bit, for fuck's sake.